From out of the man cave and onto the air, it's your favorite voice of ecstasy. It's John St. John with the best morning after ever radio show. 30-some-odd minutes of happenings, discussions, and full frontal nudity. So put your arms around your speakers. It's John St. John!
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a crazy morning. We're here for the event. Everybody get ready. It's Black Friday. Woo! Scary if you're in the store trying to check out, that's for sure. I haven't heard of any deaths yet, but, you know, it's early. It's early still, so the store's just opened a little bit before this taping, so, or before our morning, whatever you want to call it, our morning show time slot. There we go. Anyway, happy Friday, everybody. Hope everybody had a good holiday, and it's still kind of the holiday, sort of. I am, of course, your host, John St. John, and to my right in the studio here in Chicago, is Cindy Lou.
Hello,
and she's become our regular because she's so much fun and she enjoys being here.
Yeah,
don't you?
So
Except
much
on
fun.
Black Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is a national holiday.
Are we missing out on all the specials?
We are missing out on all the specials, but hopefully some people have gotten hurt already, and
we'll be able to fit in there before they got our shoes we need. Yeah.
The ambulance will have already gone, and stuff
or all
like
of our
that.
Christmas presents.
I kind of hold off on that though.
You got to get that awesome Superman toy and Batman toy for the new movie coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a new Batman coming out?
Yeah, there is a Batman versus Superman coming out this. Like 6 months next year.
Okay, so it's time to start selling toys now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
anyway, it's Friday, and like always on Friday, we like to talk about what's going on in the entertainment biz and what's going on in the theater, mostly in Chicago, a little New York stuff, a little Vegas, a little L.A. if we can fit it in, but mostly Chicago. And we're going to welcome, I don't know if he's back, if he's hung over from the turkey and the wine or whatever. Hopefully he's okay. We've got Rich Gore on the line, our entertainment concierge. How you feeling?
Hey, for the best morning after ever radio show, for all of us turkeys, I'm feeling terrific.
All right. Cool. At least Richard's feeling good. I do feel a little hungover myself.
Somebody's a lot happier than the rest of us. But.
Yeah.
And let's bring our
what's going on?
Up. Well, first of all, they missed all the sales on Thursday. It's cheaper you go Thursday before Black Friday.
That's I've been hearing in the news in the last month or two that forget about Cyber Monday and local Saturday and Black Friday. You got to go on Thanksgiving, which is crazy. I mean, I would think
that's the day where you can save an extra 10-20%. Well, let's
if
talk
anything's
about
open.
Entertainment.
But a lot of things are now.
That's national, by the way.
Are the theaters open on Thanksgiving? Yeah, they are, aren't they? For special?
Some are, some aren't. Most aren't.
Yeah, I would think actually live theater, they want to take a break, right?
Well, it's not that they want to take a break. It's that you very rarely get a big audience on Thanksgiving evening.
I know on movie theaters is a big one.
Right.
We always go to the movie theaters on Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day. But late at night, like we'll go at like the 8 o'clock or 9, whatever it is, 7:30, 8 o'clock showing.
Right, after everybody's...
Let's bring you up to date on a couple of shows that I've recently seen.
Yeah, are they playing for Black Friday?
You betcha. Dee Snider's Rock and Roll Christmas Tale.
Nice.
Dee Snider, the lead vocalist from Twisted Sister, has written a play, and it's being done over at Broadway in Chicago. And Broadway in Chicago it's the Broadway Playhouse. That's one of their venues, and Broadway in Chicago is our theater group here in Chicago that brings us major pre-Broadway shows like this world premiere engagement of Rock and Roll Christmas Tale by Dee Snider.
He's always been a fun type. I mean, all his videos were like campy looking, so I guess it makes sense he would do a Christmas show.
Well, it's his first world premiere. It's his first show that he wrote. He was the Grand Marshal in the Thanksgiving Day Parade, by the way. He's from New York, and his quote is that Chicago is New York's prettier sister. Direct from him.
Wow.
Nice. Nice, from the Twisted Sister himself.
Coming from Dee Snider, I think that's probably a pretty good compliment there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the show is really cute for the holidays. There's lots of smiles, there's lots of laughs, there's lots of talent involved. It's kind of like the damn Yankees. It's a deal with the devil. And this is a rock band that has missed their shot at fame and is cutting a deal with the devil to become rich and famous very quickly. They have a little problem, though, because one of them is a little dyslexic, can't spell well, and the difference between Satan and Santa is just a flip of a couple of letters. They're both spelled the same. So Santa gets involved in the satanic deal that they made with the devil, and all of a sudden you're dealing with Christmas. You're dealing with Christmas and Christmas songs. It's kind of a really very cute, feel-good show. Well worth seeing. It's a standing ovation. Definitely worth going over to the Broadway Playhouse to see it.
They got great reviews on the previews too.
And some of the other shows that Broadway in Chicago are involved with, and that they're bringing us right now, would be Newsies. That begins in December. The Tony Award-winning hit musical. Disney's Newsies. That begins at the Oriental Theater. It's a musical, and it begins on December the 10th. Originally was supposed to run about 100 performances on Broadway, and it ran over 1,000. It set a lot of box office records. Kind of looking forward to seeing that.
They made that a movie, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Absolutely. The Disney movie Newsboys on Strike. It's really turned into a cult phenomenon. Some of the other holiday shows that they're bringing us over at the Cadillac Palace, this is Broadway in Chicago, is Annie. It's the new U.S. tour of the Tony Award-winning show.
And the feature, at least in the Broadway version, is Jamie Foxx was in it, and they have Annie is like different. She's not the orphan girl with the red hair. Now she's actually a black girl. Did you see that?
There's been a million twists. There's been a million twists over the course of years on Annie, but there is only one Annie. And by the way, this particular award-winning Annie won for choreography and dance, and it won for music. And this is also at the Cadillac Palace. Cinderella is another show. It's Roger and Hammerstein's 2013 Tony Award-winning Broadway musical. They're bringing that us. Cinderella is at the Cadillac Palace in December. Let's see.
She's got to find her slippers.
At the Broadway Playhouse now is Hansel and Gretel. That's another world premiere done by Emerald City.
So during the holidays, a lot of fairy tales end up being Broadway plays.
Absolutely, and even not during the holidays, they do as well. Let's talk about another show that I saw. One of the top shows that I've ever seen, by the way, and this is its fifth run in Chicago. It's done by Looking Glass Theater, and it's called Looking Glass Alice. I would place this in one of the top 20. If you haven't seen it, really go to see it. It's clever, it's funny, it's unique. It's Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, upside down and sideways.
Oh, so it is based on, I was going to say, another kind of based on another fairy tale.
Oh, of course.
Cool.
Of course, and it's in a fairy tale place, by the way. It's in our historic water tower, one of the few buildings that didn't get knocked down by the Chicago fire.
Yeah.
It's at the Water Tower Waterworks at 821 North Michigan.
Yeah, that's the theater that a couple, guys went out to Hollywood and comedy guys, from Friends. Didn't he help? I'm drawing a blank on his name right now.
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer, wasn't he one of the founding members?
He's one of the founding members of Looking Glass Theater.
That's what I thought.
And it's been almost 5 years, by the way, since Ellis walked through the Looking Glass in that theater. It's the 10th anniversary, I believe, of the Looking Glass production. 150th anniversary of the publication of Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll in the book. And let me tell you, it's well worth seeing. It'll hold your attention. It'll hold the kids' attention.
Cool.
I wouldn't recommend it for tiny kids. but over the age of 5 is going to be just fine. And as I say, it's clever, it's funny, it's unique. It really encompasses all ages. It's a wonderful, wonderful show.
It's not based on the Johnny Depp movie. It's the original concept, because
No,
they really went crazy with that movie.
Again, there have been 100 twists and turns.
Another one. Yep.
Lewis Carroll's 150th-year-old book, but the fact of the matter is that it was a hit, and the book was a hit, and so is this show. Another fantastic show in Chicago, the Goodman Theater. This is their 37th annual Christmas Carol. Saw that the other night. It's absolutely fabulous, and it has been for 37 years. It's an annual event. It's the signaling of the coming of the holidays.
Yep, it's not the holidays if you don't have a Christmas Carol going, right?
Christmas Carol. People feel that way about it. There are some people that have seen it that many times, by the way. The Charles Dickens classic is done by them so incredibly neat that over 1,200,000 theater goers have seen this show over the course of the 37 years.
Wow. And that's here in Chicago. That's not Broadway's version of it.
It's not Broadway.
It's Chicago.
There's nothing like the Goodman Theater in New York. Okay, Goodman Theater is one of the best regional theaters in the country. It's won that award. They're bringing us world premieres and pre-Broadway openings all the time.
Right here in Chicago.
Right here in Chicago.
What else?
It's by the way, Larry Yando is Scrooge, and he's been Scrooge for 7 years. He's been Ebenezer rather. And Charles Dickens wrote this story back in 1843, by the way. And Larry has done everything from King Lear over at Shakespeare Theater to Scar in the national tour of The Lion King.
Oh, jeez.
That's
a range, man. That's a range.
Yeah. And he did that tour for 3 years, by the way.
He's busy.
Another strange show, when you talk about movies, would be the show that I saw, and this was a strange show. It's Straw Dog Theaters. I saw the world premiere of Desperate Dolls, and that's going to run until November the 23rd. It feels like a B movie from the 60s or 70s.
That doesn't sound like that's for the holiday family stuff.
No, and nobody under 18 years can go.
Oh, okay, cool. It's adult fun.
There's lots of nudity in it.
We'd like that.
There's lots of pretty ladies. The story is based on pretty ladies, but basically it's a bad horror movie.
Okay.
It's a B movie out of the 60s and 70s, and that's over at Straw Dog Theater up on Broadway at 3800 block of Broadway.
Yeah, the thing about Chicago is there's not everything spread out. It isn't just everything like on Broadway in New York. It's all over the place. That's on the northwest side.
New York has a ton of off-Broadway. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from downtown Chicago, by the way, is like the Northlight Theater, where they just had Agatha Christie's Mousetrap, and that's still going to run until, it's going to run until February.
But that's my point. We've got it everywhere. You don't go even the off-Broadways are kind of near Broadway area in New York, but not here. You can go anywhere in a suburb in Indiana, Wisconsin, all these great theaters and all these great shows. I mean,
well, Northlight's been 40 years out there in Skokie.
Skokie, thank you. I couldn't think of the city.
And I'm sorry, it's only running till December the 14th, and it's Agatha Christie's classic mystery, best-selling book, by the way. The world premiere. This is the longest-running play in the world. It's been running since 1952. It's still running in London right now. There's lots of humor. It's The Mousetrap by Agatha Christie at the Northlight Theater, and following it, White Guys on the Bus. That's a world premiere, and that's the type of show that they will take and open up in New York, by the way.
Cool.
And that's coming in January.
All at the Northlight.
Another hop, skip, and a jump away. The Merry Widow is the holiday show at the Light Opera Works in Evanston, and the Merry Widow is constant flirting and mistaken identities, and it's the most popular the Viennese operetta of all time, by the way. Waltzes, the Can-Can, it's the Merry Widow. And that's at Light Opera Works in Evanston. They'll have a 29 or 28-piece orchestra, full orchestra, doing the full musical score. They'll have, it seems like hundreds of people on stage, but sometimes they have between 35 and 40 actors involved in production.
That's a big production for even, that's
yeah,
like a smaller theater.
It's a Broadway style. It's a Broadway style performance, and all of their shows are always worth seeing. They only do 4 a year.
In Skokie.
And they do them, and it's a short run. It'll open December the 19th, and it'll run through New Year's Eve.
So that's
let's talk about
when they come to Chicago, they get to do a little tour here and see all of Richard's stuff.
Well, you besides the Goodman Theater, we have the Steppenwolf Theater. Their George Orwell, the Animal Farm for theater for young adults, by the way, is a world premiere adaptation, and that'll run till November. Come to think of it, that's closed.
Oh, we missed it.
Yeah, you missed Animal Farm. But on the other hand, you're going to be able to see another world premiere that's a pre-Broadway opening, already planned to open in New York, and that is Airline Highway, and that'll open in very early December.
That's at Steppenwolf as well, right?
That's at Steppenwolf. It's burlesque performer who requested to have her funeral party before she dies, and sounds really like a fun show. And looking forward to seeing.
I know I want to see these last 2 or 3 you're talking about, but I don't think we're bringing the kids to any of those last 3 or 4 he's talked about.
Oh, some of the other things that you can bring the kids to would be like It's a Wonderful Life, live. That's the radio show at the Greenhouse. That'll run till December the 28th. That's American Blues Theater.
I've been meaning to see that for years. They do that a lot around Chicago, not just there.
There's not only this performance of it, but there are several other theaters that do it as well. But this is American Blues Theater, and I think they originated it. It's a 1940 radio show, and you're in the studio live. It's a great show for the kids, by the way. It's Frank Capra's classic. Holiday classic, if you recall the Jimmy Stewart movie. It is a wonderful thing to see. Dr. Seuss, by the way, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, is over at the Chicago Theater till the 28th of November. That's another Christmas show.
With Cindy Lou Who, is she in it? Hey, Cindy. She's talking about Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Your namesake, Cindy Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of Dr. Seuss when.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss. One of the most unique and unusual things I'll put for this show, I'll call this the most unusual, the Klingon Christmas Carol.
Where's that playing? I'm a big Star Trek fan. I think we might have talked about this off the air before.
Check
that out.
We talked about it. It's the fifth and probably last performance here in Chicago. It's over at the Athenaeum Theater this year. That's up on Southboard at 2836 North Southboard. That'll start on December the 4th and run till the 21st.
Oh, got to check that out.
And there is no English spoken. It's all Klingon.
It's all Klingon. I love it.
Everything's from the planet Kronos, their home planet.
The home planet of the Klingon race, right?
That's the conversation you're going to get. That's probably the most unique. Some of the non-theater things that we should talk about maybe would be over at the Merchandise Mart on December the 4th, the One of a Kind, the 14th annual One of a Kind show. That's over 600 invited artists bringing their homemade designs and things. And if you can't find the right gift over here for Christmas, there's definitely something wrong with you.
It sounds like, Merchandise Mart's great. I mean, they've been going there for shows for for designing homes and stuff. They've always been a big spot to go there is the merchandise. So that ought to be interesting.
That runs the 4th to the 7th, and if you hurry, you got Saturday and Sunday, you can get to Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus at the United Center, the greatest show on earth.
Yay, that's fun for the kids. Oh, they're still here. Okay, it wraps up after Thanksgiving weekend. That's good. Yeah, check that out.
We got 2 more days. You got 2 more days to get over there. Zanies is always a nice place, but not for the kids.
No, that's adult
another
comedy.
Thing. When I mentioned, I haven't even mentioned Chicago Shakespeare yet.
Well, we don't even have a lot of time. We got about a minute left. So what's highlight something good?
You can't miss the Q Brothers Christmas Carol.
Okay. Oh, they do one too.
That's a hip hop show, by the way.
Okay.
All right.
And,
That's an interesting version of the Christmas Carol.
And Shakespeare's opening Pericles, the first of William Shakespeare's romances, wildly popular, exotic worlds filled with magic. That's a fantastic place over at Navy Pier, Chicago.
Yeah, the Shakespeare Theater at Navy Pier is awesome. Rich, you take us every. I mean, you know how long it would take us to see all this stuff? Like 3 weeks, and then but he's got new stuff every week. It's crazy.
Yeah,
We'll never make it.
It takes me at least that long.
It's great. I love finding out what's going on. I mean, he gave us a ton of good stuff for Thanksgiving weekend. So everybody that's listening this morning, when you're done with your madness of shopping, you can go check out all of these great plays and maybe even go to the circus or go to the Shakespeare Theater at Navy Pier.
Merchandise Mart.
And then go get some artwork at the Merchandise Mart. Thanks, Rich. Again, we love having you on. You have so much to talk about. You really could do your own show, but I like having you on here. So
I couldn't.
Keep coming on.
John St. John, I couldn't handle it without you.
Well, I'm glad you do like our show.
Let me just say, hey, old bean, and you too, baby. This is Rich, your entertainment concierge, signing off, and until next time, stay warm.
Hey, thanks, Rich.
right.
Take care. And we'll take a quick break right here on the Best Morning After Ever radio show, and we'll be right back after this message.
I saw Sparks last night. She finally showed me her favorite website. It made my jaw drop at first glance. We had the wildest time together, ordering from the erotic shop, and I'd have to say, thesparkmaker.com lived up to its name. And now, I have plans to surprise her. I'll show her something she hasn't seen. Thank you, thesparkmaker.com.
Don't miss him any longer. John St. John is back to fill your ears with his goodness on the Best Morning After Ever radio show. John?
Hey, yeah, we're back. Everybody's waving at me. You're on the mic. Hurry up. Get
That's
back.
right.
We're back with the Best Morning After Ever radio show. I am, of course, John St. John, your host, my lovely co-host sitting next to me here for the holiday weekend, and I guess every weekend until we can't pay you anymore, right? Is Cindy Lou's right here with us.
When did we start paying me?
Well, okay.
Okay.
We don't have to have that conversation
All right.
on the air.
Well,
I don't think we have to.
I believe that maybe we should.
Oh, you're going on strike.
That's all right.
You know, it all it's in the little kitty. The whole show. You know, it's like we live in the commune and we share. You know, like the government likes you to share. You know, distribution of wealth.
This is not the government here.
Oh, this is not the
sort of bad
This is the-
dictatorship.
This is the best morning after ever. So, man, Richard, you know, I think we caught him off guard a little bit. I was asking him some questions, and I threw in the Cindy Lou reference. I don't know if he caught that.
I think he just blew right over that one.
But you know what? I don't even know which play he was talking about was playing over there. It was obviously
some
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss thing.
But I don't think you're in it.
And no,
You're not
to
in
my
that
knowledge, I'm not in it.
Well,
but,
no, your character,
but,
you know, Cindy Lou, you know.
Well, yeah, but I think I don't know. Maybe I might be.
No,
I me personally,
can't remember.
even.
No, I know you're not, and I'm talking about your namesake.
Well, I don't know.
The little cartoony-looking little girl that's in whatever Dr. Seuss that is. I'm drawing a blank.
Well, all I'm saying is, you know, there's a lot of things that happen when I'm, you know, kind of unconscious, but still maybe moving around. So, you know, I might be in it.
You're unconscious. Well, I'll tell you, I'm just worn out. It's been a busy, you know, going with the relatives, going all over the place. I actually went up north. You know, I went up north, almost to Wisconsin border, to visit relatives, and had a nice time. Saw some cousins I don't normally see, but you know, you just everybody's asking questions. You're running around, you're eating, you're getting up, you're talking, you're you know, everybody's ears off, or they're talking your ears off, and then I'm hoarse on top of it. I'm still sick from last week. So, but it was fun. I like seeing my family. Actually, my parents flew in. They're actually here now.
Okay.
They normally live in Florida, but they're bothering me in the mansion.
Okay, so they flew in.
Yeah, you know, the entertainment business made me some good money when I was the B-movie
now, were their
adult
arms,
actor.
Were their arms tired?
Yeah, I think they were.
Okay.
Yes, they were. Because,
They
you know, they
flew in?
couldn't get a plane.
That's
They definitely had to do. They were on the big geese that were coming north instead of south for the winter.
Right.
But, yeah, no, they're here, and that was always fun when you see people you haven't seen in years. But then, you know, after one day, maybe you don't want to see them again for another year. You know how that goes.
Well, I think that's kind of how it goes. You know.
How about your holiday?
My holiday? It was pretty unconventional, I suppose.
Yeah.
Just as much as anything else.
We don't have turkey
Right.
We're my heritage is a little bit Italian. I'm actually a mutt, but a lot of Italian is my background. So we eat pasta. Of course, we have some turkey. It's mixed in with the stuffing, but it's really not. I don't eat the full. A lot of our relatives don't eat the actual bird.
Right.
We do other foods. We do vegetable plates. We got a great one we do at Christmas.
Right.
I got to tell you all about that on our Christmas show.
Okay.
It's it can stop your heart.
Yeah.
But then I'm told it's actually good for you because it's got anchovies and oil in it and some things that are good for you. But we'll say that for the next. We didn't have that this week, but we did have a lot of celery.
Yeah, I mean my thing. It was just a very different experience.
Yeah. Now, have you been? Is this your first year with your family as the new Cindy Lou, or?
No, they're no. I'm cool with my family, but my family's kind of like.
No, I mean with all your family together.
Oh,
you weren't with all your family, just
sure I
mom
was.
and dad.
There's not that many of us.
There are not that many
but
of you.
Actually, like this year, a few of us kind of since they got married and they had to go off to their own, with their wives and whatnot. And
yeah.
So it was kind of a smaller group and.
No fun. Doesn't sound like you had fun.
Well, I mean, it was fun enough, I suppose.
I mean, I was watching the game. We won't talk about that.
Let's not talk about.
Anyway,
we're not really the football type here.
So this Black Friday thing, man. Just this whole week has been kind of surreal. We got the whole Ferguson thing, and now we've got Black Friday. I didn't hear about anybody getting killed this year.
No.
I think Walmart has really, really scaled back, so people aren't getting mashed. But that's going on right now as we're finishing our live show, and then of course you can listen to it all day.
Wow.
They're out there now, and they've been out there since last night.
Of course.
I think a lot of the stores were boycotting opening, and they opened anyway. They opened at I don't know. Well, some of the stores are like Walmart and some Targets and some of those Myers are 24 hours anyway.
Sure.
So.
But I think on
it's kind of weird. I guess the sales don't start
they
until
kind of close it down for maybe an hour or something like that. And
I'm not sure they do, but I think they don't have as much ready. Like you got to wait to get in the line to get the special. I think that's how they do it.
Right, and I think they found it. They've gotten a lot more orderly over the.
I never want to be there on Black Friday. Ever.
No, I don't. I don't either.
I'm supposed to be buying tires today, and I don't think I'm going to do it. It's probably such a zoo over there.
Right.
I was going to go to either the Walmart Supercenter where they got the tire store or Firestone and. Firestone's got things for 50% off, but is it worth getting killed to save half? I don't know.
Why would you get killed?
Not killed, but trampled when trying to get your car and just get into the parking lot.
I don't think their Black Friday sale is going to be happening at Firestone.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you think so?
Yeah, no, I know it.
It's a big rush on tires.
I just don't know if I want to wait in the long line with everybody trying to get their tires.
Well,
but anyway, there's something cool that this kind of was a segue into something cool. Did you see the story? It was all over Facebook this week. With the at Walmart, what they did to the CEO of Walmart.
I heard about this. Yes,
there was this, and I'm not sure. It's a purple box. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be doing. I think it's for a drive for coats. Don't they do an annual coat drive for people who don't have enough money to buy warm clothes?
No, I think it was a food drive, and what they wanted you to do is maybe buy something at the store, but then you drop it in the box.
So the workers protested, and they got together and they spent enough money to send it back to the CEO down in Arkansas.
Right.
Which is hilarious. I mean, this thing is huge. It's like a cargo, like a storage.
Yeah.
Like you'd go, those cube things. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. And it's, because I don't know.
I guess the workers were making a point.
I don't know if the owners or the heirs to the Walmart fortune are really that civic minded. So,
I don't know what the deal was. But I just think it's hilarious that it ended up on our porch, and I think it's still there as of today. I haven't heard anything in the news.
Well,
but it made Wednesday. It was all over the place. It was hilarious.
Sure.
So that's kind of funny
that
they actually did that.
But you can't really blame the workers. I mean,
well, the point is they were protesting the fact that they have to work 24 hours, they have to be there for the rush, But again, like I said, it's probably their normal shift because most of them are there. There is a 24-hour store.
Sure.
Most of the Walmarts are now.
Sure, but I think they actually add some extra people. But
would you want to work on Thanksgiving? I don't think I've ever worked a holiday.
No, I don't need. I mean,
I've worked the weekends, but not the actual holiday.
Of course, you've been to Walmart before, and you know that in the middle of the day on a Saturday, there's about maybe 3 registers open.
Yeah, that's the thing that kills
out of the 35 of them in line there.
That's why I don't understand why it's a big deal and getting rushed. There's nowhere to check out. Why are you rushing to get in? You can't even get out.
Times are tough, and I mean everybody's got to cut back, and
I guess. Well, anyway.
So
it's been an interesting Friday show. Hope everybody's having a good Black Friday and not killing each other. And until next week, everybody take care. You've been listening to the Best Morning After Ever radio show with John St. John. Of course, my new permanent co-host for now, at least, Cindy Lou. And check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Blog Talk Radio, of course, slaminternetradio.com and Spreaker.com. And we'll see you next week.
Yep. See
Take
you next
care.
week, all.
Goodbye.
I saw Sparks last night. She finally showed me her favorite website. It made my jaw drop at first glance. We had the wildest time together, ordering from the erotic shop, and I'd have to say, thesparkmaker.com lived up to its name. And now, I have plans to surprise her. I'll show her something she hasn't seen. Thank you, thesparkmaker.com.